Mormonism is wrong. It is a heresy from the pit of hell.
The pit of hell.
You've been deceived and lied to. You're in a cult. It's not Christian. What you were in has left Jesus, and so you need to leave it so you can be with Jesus.
When I say Jesus and you say Jesus, we mean completely different things. When I say Jesus, I'm talking about the creator of all things, including Lucifer, including Satan.
Maybe one of the first potential cult that comes to our mind, and the one that many of us are familiar with, is Mormonism.
Do anti-Mormon pastors hate Latter-day Saints?
I don't know. I mean, I can't read their minds. I think by and large, most people don't hate us, but you do have the Mark Driscolls and the Jeff Durbins and the James Whites of the world who seem to be like the villagers in Shrek and want to have torches and pitchfork coming for it.
Hey, back! I warn you!
I recently found a video talking about this, and it said it's not what you think. So we're going to check it out. Let's see what the creator behind Rock and Roll Fireside has to say.
The basis of their hatred towards us originates with the idea of paid clergy.
At the very least, on the grand scale, you have more tithing payers, you're making more money. Maybe that increases their paycheck, maybe it doesn't, but at least the church is making more money. Certain pastors can get extra mad at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints because if they're losing members to that satanic cult, they're not only losing their souls, but they're losing money. Any truth to that?
And if they're viewing their congregants as financial assets instead of flocks, that says more about them than us. But there may be some truth to it. In most churches, it can be a lay ministry. The pastor had a job and was also a pastor at the church. So the church did pay, but it wasn't very much. But some, that is their only job. And so I could see them seeing their churches slip away when their congregants leave, because you're really based on the money that is coming in on the tithing plate to pay your pastor's salary. Now, I don't know what the going rate for a pastor is nowadays, but some of these guys like Joel Osteen and Kenneth Copeland seem to be doing okay with their jets and fancy churches. So
So having paid clergy in a position to where they could be thinking of themselves as business owners is a real danger to the integrity of an otherwise special and heartfelt ministry.
Even the nice ones, and to some extent, when push comes to shove, they might have to say, well, I am anti-Mormon in some sense because they got the wrong Jesus.
I guess we would have to say the same thing because we're trying to convert other people to our faith.
Hey, we don't think they're going to hell.
No, I mean, that's the bright side of this whole thing is we're trying to add knowledge. Maybe by definition, they are anti-Church of Jesus Christ, anti-Mormon.
If you do believe in a different Jesus than I do, that Jesus never told you that you have the power to condemn someone to hell.
Now, I need to point out that the Rock and Roll Fireside host says that this doesn't apply to every pastor. In fact, he would say that it doesn't apply to most pastors, maybe just a few select ones that really have some negative feelings towards Latter-day Saints.
So, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that if you are paid clergy, you're going to the dark side and you're automatically going towards hate. This doesn't apply to everyone. I hope I've made that clear. We have wonderful friends who are interfaith, who work so well with the church, who don't teach their members that we're going to hell. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints does not have paid clergy. It's what you call a lay ministry. We've got bishops, stake presidents, we've got elders quorum presidents, relief society presidents, all the leadership of the church at the local level. They do this absolutely for free.
And one thing I really appreciate from the Rock and Roll Fireside is that he really talks about the benefits that we have in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints for having a non-paid clergy. He talks about how service is so important.
So I'm so grateful for the callings that I received that I haven't been paid for, because I can say this is strictly for you. This is strictly for you, whom I'm serving, and because I'm serving you, I'm also serving God, and I want to serve God.
And I just want to echo what he's saying. It is amazing that in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, We get to volunteer our time. That is a great way, as it says in the book of Mosiah, how we can demonstrate our love for the Lord is to serve our fellow men and retain a remission of our sins.
Service has been one of those catch-all answers for me for when you're depressed, when you're down, when you need to love people a little bit more, you're running low on charity. Service fixes all of that.
Now, I really appreciate the many friends of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints who are in the line with us to help combat the evils of the world by helping to serve the people in the world who need it most. But you need to see this other video I made talking about how other Christians think Latter-day Saints could be going to hell. In fact, in the video, I talk about Alex O'Connor and his relationship with fear of hell. Alex O'Connor is a famous atheist, and I think what we can learn from his experience learning about hell is very important for Latter-day Saints, because the one thing that we have in common with these atheists is that there's a lot of Christians who think we're going to hell. But do you need to be afraid of it? Check out the next video to find out.